My name is Udi Solomon, and I'm the CEO and founder of Shield IoT. Shield IoT, we're an IoT cybersecurity company, a software solution provider, enabling telcos, connectivity providers to add security on top of 5G and cellular IoT networks to secure this network and generate new revenue streams. When we look at the IoT, cellular IoT security market, we immediately see several trends. One, connectivity is commodity. Prices have been going down for years now, and this trend, unfortunately, is going to continue even more. The second part is that security, the state of security is really not good. The devices, IoT devices have poor security, none or basic, what we call secured connection, authentication, and encryption, which is basically worthless once the device has been compromised. This delays the adoptions of enterprises and IoT service provider for cellular IoT, and as it doesn't meet with their challenges. And when we talk about cellular IoT security challenges for the enterprises, the problems they face, first and foremost, device diversity and mass scale networks. There are so many different devices, applications there coming in from countless different manufacturers, and the networks also are growing rapidly. Typical network, for example, in a city can easily reach dozens of thousands of devices today, and meters networks and transportation networks are in the millions. Moreover, these devices are not designed with security. They're designed based on cost, they're designed based on performance, on power, but security is not part of it. And so it's very easy in most cases to exploit built-in vulnerabilities, to hack them, to take control of the device in order to change its behavior, take down critical services, steal sensitive data, and even hack the enterprise. An additional challenge enterprises and SMBs working in the cellular IoT domain face is that the devices are exposed in the field. Unlike IoT devices, take a printer that is inside the enterprise perimeter, it's protected, but these devices are in the field outside of the perimeter, can be remotely hacked, and can also be physically tampered with to take control of this device. Cellular IoT security has additional challenges for the customer, and one of the big ones that we've seen with almost every end customer we work with is the visibility challenge. On the left side, you can see the devices. They connect over the cellular network to the enterprise. This is number one, yeah? And so this is going well, but once these devices have been compromised, we're seeing going to malware sites, unauthorized destinations, command and control site, credential theft, etc. And the enterprise is not able to protect that because he doesn't have any visibility to it. They cannot protect what they cannot see. And another key challenge that enterprise face is compliance, or maybe the lack of compliance. Today, regulations that we see more and more are related to business continuity, related to data privacy, like GDPR. In this example, requires certain requirement, for example, continuous monitoring of IoT devices. And if something happens, like a data breach, and these devices, the organization cannot prove that it took the necessary actions, it's not just a fine to the organization, but there is personal liability to the chief information security officer and the CEO. And this is a big pain for them and a key driver to buy a solution to deal with it. And this really takes us to the Shield IoT solution. How do we tackle these challenges? So Shield IoT offers an AI asset intelligence and threat management SaaS platform, basically enabling to provide visibility, security, and compliance for every single connected device or application at a limited scale. How does it work? On the left side, we can see the devices. They connect over the cellular network like 5G, 4G, etc. to the telco mobile core. From there, the communication from the mobile core flows to the enterprise, for example. How does it work? The telco taps the network traffic statistics, just the TCP IP header, not the payload. And that communication statistics is securely sent to the Shield IoT platform, where it's being analyzed in real-time streaming mode to detect the first signs of unknown cyber attacks and operational events, which are presented both in the multi-tenant UI, as well as can be sent the alert. You see that the orange arrow can be sent to any third-party system, push or pull, such as SIMSOC. Okay, great. So what's in it for the customer? The end customer, simplicity and frictionless. It's an agentless solution. They don't need to install anything. They don't need to change anything. They don't need to do anything. They just check a box, and the next day, they have a live solution, a live system running for them. For the telco, this is device agnostic. It's applicable to any SIM-connected device or application. Privacy is not an issue because it's what we call privacy ready. We don't do deep packet inspection. We don't analyze the payload. We don't even get the payload or any PII or sensitive information. And using the Corset AI unique Shield IoT patented technology, we provide unlimited scalability, theoretically able to reach over 1.5 billion devices. Although it's agentless, although it's cloud, it's also provide prevention. How? Using the telco existing connectivity management platform, for example. When we issue an alert, we don't just say there might be a problem, but we say what happened. For example, a man-in-the-middle attack, a DDoS, an unknown malware, to which device, what's the severity, what triggered it, and also what's the recommended action, such as block the traffic or maybe redirect or throttle it. This goes to the connectivity management platform. There, based on the policy, automatic prevention can take place. Let's take a closer look on what happens under the hood. So the solution provides multiple visibility, detection, and compliance engines. We talked about the enterprise need for visibility, and so we provide an asset management model that provides out-of-the-box visibility, what's going on with the device, where it's connecting, its behavior, communication pattern, etc., and also risk score indicative of the threat level, and so the enterprise know how to handle it. We also provide multiple threat detection and, as we saw, prevention engines, ranging from threat intelligence, preventing communication to from blacklist sites, where we aggregate today next to 100 external intelligence feeds to make sure we have full coverage, built-in the rules mechanism, both rules in the system, for example, rules to detect various types of attacks, such as port scanning and recon, but also operational events such as SIM switch and device disconnect. We also enable the users themselves to add rules and reconfigure rules without any need for coding. Just as an example, one of our customers, a large EV charging station service provider, told us, listen, it's great that you say that the device becomes inactive after 1 day of communication, but I change it to 3 hours and high severity because for me, the device has to communicate all the time. Last but not least, the Corset AI anomaly detection, our claim to fame. This solution learns automatically the behavior of the device, port, protocol, uplink, downlink, etc., and is able to alert on the first signs of anomalous activity before any damage can take place. All this is also wrapped with a user-friendly, easy to apply user interface, which is critical for not just for a sales perspective, but also critical for the end customers because they're able to see what's going on, touch, feel, and play with it, which is not possible with their existing infrastructure security, such as authentication and encryption. Moreover, everything you see is also, of course, accessible, exportable to third-party system via RESTful API and connectors, so the users can continue to work with their own existing systems. To summarize, what's in it for the end customer? Sure, visibility, security, compliance, definitely, but it's the simplicity and the frictionless. They check a box and get the next day, they get this service live from their trusted partner, the connectivity provider. And this also opens a variety of options with respect to the business model proposed. For example, instead of having a large team of cyber sales teams, instead of doing a lot of presentation and pitch and sets, the customer can simply check a box, as we said. The next day, he sees the system running. So basically, it's a live deployment, live POC, and he can decide if he wants to acquire it or not, purchase it or not. Moreover, some of our telco partners are offering a freemium model where they provide base functionality as part of connectivity. And then if the customer wants to do something extra, like prevention, export of results, compliance report, etc., they need to pay for it. And this is automating the monetization process. And of course, for our telco partners, it's about creating differentiation in a highly competitive environment in order to maintain and increase, expand your customer base, and at the same time monetize your investment in your cellular and in 5G networks in order to generate new revenues, whether you do it via freemium model, value-added service, or bundling. Let's see where this is being used. One example where we are deployed, running, is Wireless Logic, a UK-based telco, serving over 12 million IoT devices. For them, differentiation, increasing the customer base, monetization, of course, was important, but it's also important to have it up and running very quickly with limited resources. And the way we operated there, and which we offer to all our partners, is we do the live deployment, then our partners on board, a few end customers, sees that it provides value to them, sees that they are able to sell it to them, are able to monetize them, and only then we commercialize it together. And this is an example of a typical bundling. Looks like for the user, for the customer, it's actually very simple. They just buy, in this case, the data package together with the security and compliance, as simple as that. Yeah. And with respect to our delivery plan and our go-to-market, as we see more and more compliance requirements pushing enterprises and SMBs to have security, and as these requirements grow also internally, we see this spreading, and we are looking to add more and more partners to our networks to offer this security, to create differentiation, to generate revenues. And at the same time, we're also adding a lot of functionality, not just with respect to detection, also automation of how you onboard the entire end customer journey to onboard them automatically, adding more capabilities related not just, for example, to AI-based network-wide insights, alerting on various security and operational trends across the network, and more and more. Last but not least, the team. Okay, a key part of what we are and who we are. And when we're talking about the team, we're talking about industry veterans with over 25 years of experience from the security, telecom, big data analytics worlds, from early stage startups to large scale enterprises. A few examples myself. I used to run Checkpoint Cloud and Virtualizations product lines and most of their advanced threat prevention with my security products alone over eclipse $250 million annually. Noam Segev, our sales leader, he was the first salesperson and the VP sales of Pantera, leading them from zero sales to a valuation of over $1 billion in 4 years. And of course, Professor Dan Feldman, our chief scientist, that much of our, much of our unfair technology advantage, if you'd like, our secret sauce is based on nearly 2 decades of research he did in both MIT and Haifa University. And basically leveraging his work, Shieldity today is the first, as far as we know, the only company in the world that managed to take this mathematical breakthrough named Corset AI, and transform it to a working solution for IoT security. And let me explain. One of the key challenges we face is scale. You might sell hundreds of thousands of connected devices, or you might sell dozens of millions of connected devices. How are we able to monitor them effectively in real time? So Corset compresses from 1 million to 1,000, basically transform a network of 1 million to a network of 1,000. That doesn't just translate into accurate analytics, accurate detection in real time, but it also changes the cost structure that Shield IoT is able to provide to the telcos. It means that the cost structure is much more competitive than other solutions in the market, enabling the telcos both to have more flexibility with the business model they want to implement, and of course, increasing their margins. So I'd like to thank you for your time. And if you're interested in securing your cellular networks and offering this service to your enterprise and SMB customers, we'll be happy to talk. Thank you very much.